In number 1, we're going to do implicit differentiation. All right, so let's start with the first term. We have a little product rule here. All right, so we have the first times the derivative of the second. The derivative of e to the xy is e to the xy times the derivative of xy, another product rule. All right, derivative of xy now, that's the first times the derivative of the second, plus the derivative of the first, that's 1 times the second. Okay, now we're back to the derivative of x, which is 1 times e to the xy. Okay, moving on, plus 2 equals 0. All right, we just want to solve for xy. Okay, so let's first multiply it through over here. So we have x squared e to the xy y prime plus y x e to the xy plus e to the xy plus 2 equals 0. Let's put these terms on the other side. All right, so we have, okay, so on the other side we have the minus yx e to the xy minus e to the xy minus 2. And on this side we have just this term. And at the same time, let's divide by what's multiplying y prime. So y prime is equal to these terms divided by e to the xy. All right, number 2, we're integrating e to the 5x. Now, let's just remember that the integral of e to the x is e to the x dx is equal to e to the x. Okay, and here, when we differentiate e to the 5x, a 5 comes out. So the integral of e to the 5x dx is equal to e to the 5x, but because of the 5 that comes out, we multiply by 1/5. We could do a u substitution, put u equal to e to the 5x, and this 1/5 would come out during the u substitution. In number 3, we have a u substitution situation. Here in the exponent, this is the inner function. And the derivative of this inner function is 18x to the 5th. And here we have an x to the 5th. So this is a derivative of the inside sitting on the outside situation. So we're going to put u equal to that inner function. All right, and du is equal to 18. This is x to the 6th. And du is equal to 18 x to the 5th dx. So we have 1 over 18 du is equal to x to the 5th dx. All right, and now let's do our u substitution. So for x to the 5th dx, we're putting 1 over 18 du. And for e to the 3x to the 6, we have e to the u. So we get 1 over 18 e to the u, which is equal to 1 over 18 e to the 3x to the 6 plus c. And number 4 is also a u substitution situation. Remember, the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. So the derivative of this inner function, 1 plus e to the x, is also e to the x. So this is, again, derivative of inside sitting on the outside. All right, so we could put u equal to the inner, and du is equal to e to the x dx. So now for the substitution, for e to the x dx, we just put du, And here we have u to the 10th. All right, so power rule, we get u to the 11th over 11th plus c. And now we put for u 1 plus e to the x. This is an 11 over here.